Hi traders, welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. So next week is not a very busy week in the financial market for US dollar, but for other currency like Canadian dollar, euro, it is a very busy week for them. On Monday we have the Empire State Manufacturing PMI. On Tuesday we have the ECB President speech. That means that on Monday it's a quiet day in the financial market. And then on Tuesday we have the CPI, which is a high impact news. Apart from that, we have the monetary policy meeting out of the Australian dollar. Then on Wednesday, quiet again, but we have the GBP CPI year-over-year, which forecast the slowdown. They predict the slowdown in the CPI year-over-year, which will come at 9.8%. So that is the forecast. So let's see what they will release. Maybe it will be better than expected or as forecast. So let's see. On Thursday we have the unemployment claim out of the US dollar and the NZD CPI. So you see that there's no much fundamentals in the market that will actually bring more volatilities. So on Friday on the euro we have a high impact news there, which is the French manufacturing PMI, the flash PMI, German flash service PMI. So that is out on Friday. But the one we have on USD on Friday that might even bring some volatility to the market is the flash manufacturing PMI and flash service PMI out of the US dollar. But it's not it's so busy week in the market this week. So let's see how it goes. Right. So having said this, let's go to the technical. DSY is at the support level that has not been broken since April 2022. Since April, from here. It's at a support level that has not been broken since April 2022. That is last year. So let's see how it goes from there. We saw the bounce back of US dollar at the end of last week. That is on Friday. We saw it bounce off this particular level right here, which is a support level that has not been broken since April 2022. So let's see, maybe we'll have more buyers to push this to the upside, or they will be tired at this particular level. But fundamentally, US dollar is weak. That's just the truth. Fundamentally, it is weak. Even technically, it's just bound of this level. So let's see how it goes next week. Next week on the daily time frame, if we see the daily candle close here, it means that if we see the daily candle close above this particular level, this particular trend line level, if you see a daily candle close above it, then you can wait for a retest, then maybe another move to this particular level, because that particular area is a very strong support level. But if we see a bearish candle close, maybe the daily candle closes bearish at that particular area, then we should see the continuation of US dollar weakness. So let's see how it goes on dollar pair right there. So the first pair we want to check is euro US dollar. So let's look at euro US dollar. Checking this pair, we can see that we are still in an uptrend. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. At 4-hour time frame, it's still showing to us that we are still in an uptrend. So here we have the respect of this trend line, and then we have the respect of this trend line. We broke this particular resistance to the upside. So I think we are still coming to retest it, then to 1.14325. That is where the opposite effects might actually come in. But if we now see a stronger dollar, because we have two scenarios here. The first one is that we have the break of this resistance, and then there is going to be a continuation to the upside at this particular level here. So we should see it's retesting this level and reject to 1.14325. But if we see a stronger dollar, actually we might see a breakout of this particular area, and then a retest of this strong support level. Actually, from there we might see what we call the rejection to 1.14325, because the whole direction of euro USD is to the upside. And then fundamentally, US dollar is weak. We just see a bounce of that particular support level that has been holding since April 2022. But for now, we might see a continuation to the downside, which might actually break that particular level, because this is the second bounce at that level. So we might actually see a break to the downside at that particular level. But let's see how it goes right there. But I'm still favoring Euro USD to the upside. That is a weaker dollar. So, but if you have to wait till Monday candle close, you might actually wait not to trade on Monday, because Monday is a day to look at market direction. Unless you see what you're looking for, then you see your confirmation. That's where you can actually trade on Monday. But actually, Monday is used for option to check, okay, where is the trend going this week. That's what you use Monday for. Then you use Tuesday to Thursday and Friday for the entry and then an exit. So actually, this is what I'm looking at on Euro USD, right? If you break that particular level, if it's break this, if I say break of this trend line, I might not be willing to enter Euro USD maybe till after I bounce at this support level, or if you break it, then I'll check this so I give the next direction. But for now, we are still on Euro USD to upside. Just wait for a small retracement at a particular level to make your decision. So the next one we want to check is GBP US dollar. GBP US dollar. We are in an uptrend too on GBP US dollar. So what I'm looking at right here is to the upside too. As you can see, we have a line on Friday to the downside, which shows that US dollar bounce up from that level. But for now, you can see that we might actually see the opposite effect coming in. Then you can see a move to the what? A move to 1.12401. That's what I'm looking at there. But if you now see a break of this level, because of the very strong support level holding right there, because we have the break of this particular resistance right here, and then it came to retest first time, to retest second time. So actually you might actually see a move to this side, forming a double bottom with the trend, and then move to 1.26401. So that's what I'm looking at on Euro on GBP USD. So let me illustrate it for you once more so that you can understand what I'm saying right there. So I'm saying this is a break of resistance level. We have a resistance here, and then we have a break here. So then we have a retest for the first touch. Then actually we might actually have a second touch here, forming a double bottom at the resistance level, which actually becomes support at this particular area. Then you might see a move to 1.26401. So I will not be willing to trade this if I see a break of this particular area of these support levels. If I see a break of it, I will not be willing to take this particular buy. Then I'll actually wait for this for this to show me that it break this side to be able to enter end up at that particular area to short the basic. But for now, my whole bias is to the what? Is to the upside. For now, that's my bias for now, to the upside. Yeah, GBP to the upside. But we have to wait for Monday candle close to make our decision. So the next pair we want to look at is AUD US dollar. So AUD US dollar, if you look at the weekly time frame, you see that it's at a very strong support level. As you can see, we are at a very strong level right here, just forming a weak rejection candle. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. This means that this level keeps on rejecting to the downside, and then we might actually have a break of this particular support level very soon. This is what it means right there. We might actually have a break of that particular level very soon, because it keeps rejecting even on the weekly time frame at that particular area. But if we still have a weaker dollar in our radar, maybe the DSY closes bearish on Monday, then actually we might have a continuation to the upside. But this particular supply level keeps rejecting at this area. If you go to the daily time frame, you see it very well there. As you can see, it keeps rejecting. So we are now in between this area and then this area. This is a fake break to the downside, and then this particular area. So if you have to wait, you know that you have to wait for a breakout at this particular area. So anywhere it breakout is where you would probably create a breakout ball. waiting here for a breakout is not a very bad idea. So you have to wait. Maybe we have a break to the upside or a break to the what, to the upside. So the whole scenario on AUD USD is to wait, but actually AUD is very weak. AUD and are very weak. Now I think they are the one of the currency we have now. So if we have the continuation of US dollar strength as it rejected last week, so we should have maybe a retracement and a move to this particular level, a move to the support level 0. Let's say it's 0.66187 right there. But actually, if you have to do it for either the break of this particular support or the break of this resistance, so AUD is at a very dangerous zone. It's just moving back and forth. So that's it. So on AUD card, let's check US dollar, Canadian dollar. So here, if you check the daily time frame, you see that we have already break this particular trend line to the downside, which means that there is more room to the downside movement at this particular area. So what I'm looking at right there is for it to maybe retrace, come here. Maybe this level is a very strong support level, as you can see. It's very strong support level. But if you still have the continuation of US dollar weakness, you might have something like this. Then we have the break of this to this particular area to 1.29792. So, but you have to just keep on checking, because we have Canadian dollar news next week, and then you have to check how the DSY reacts to that particular area it is now before you make your decision. But my own decision is US dollar weakness. You see what we call a range at this level before you see a break to the downside to 1.29792. So the next thing we want to check is SND USD. SND USD too is at a very dangerous level right there. So either you wait for a break of this level and then wait for. But obviously there's something we call buy and sell side liquidity. Here it has grabbed the liquidity of the seller, and here anybody trying to buy this at this particular area has lost money. Anybody trying to sell at this particular has lost money. But actually I'll still do a video about this particular tutorial of this particular buy and sell side liquidity. But obviously you can check the direction of the breakout at first. So this is the breakout at first, breakout to the downside, and then the second one is to the upside. So actually we might see a continuation to the downside on SND USD. So in which way, let's see how it goes next week. Allow it to break to the downside before you actually join that particular trend, because as you can see we are in a downtrend before we see all of this. Then actually we might actually see a continuation to the downside. So the next one is US dollar Japanese yen. Taking the US dollar Japanese yen, market is just showing sign of US dollar strength. But let's see how it goes right there. We have to wait for a Monday candle close to be able to confirm the claim of this particular US dollar strength. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at on US dollar JPY, and Japanese weakness too is on the radar. So yeah, I might actually see, if you actually see a retracement and then a move to this to the upside on Monday, we see a bullish candle close on US dollar JPY, then you should, the next target is 137.3937. You should believe that US dollar JPY is going to buy, and then the take profit level is at 137.360. That is when the opposite effect can actually come in. So that's what I'm looking at. And then if you actually see dollar weakness coming to play out, then we should see the daily candle close on Monday closes bearish below this level. Then that is when we'll have the complete overhaul of this. Let me delete all of this. So if you see a US dollar weakness play out, then actually we should see something like this. Then we should see it going there and reject to the downside. That's what I'm looking at next week. And then actually this place will be our take profit level if you actually see a US dollar weakness coming to play out. But actually fundamentally US dollar is weak. I keep on repeating it because of various news flying out now, and then it is confirmed it is not an illusion. So let's say it goes right here, and then the next pair we want to check is Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. This one is to the upside. First one is clear the buy side liquidity, and then the sell side liquidity. But let's say it goes right there. It has breakouts now. If you see another candle breaking out of it, because this level is a very strong level. This level, as you can see, we have so many others at this level. So let's check the monthly time frame to be able to do the proper analysis. So let's remove all this drawing. As you can see, on the monthly time frame is to the upside. So if you draw the whole scenario, you see that Canadian dollar JPY, Japanese yen is to the upside. As you can see, it keeps on respecting the trend line at the higher time frame. So let's do the top down analysis of this. Checking the weekly time frame, as you can see, it still respects that particular trend line right there. So there is a fake breakout at this level, which clears the stop loss of the early buyers at this particular level. So which means that after clearing this stop loss, it means that we will see more move to the upside. So this is the first take profit level. This is take profit level right there after breaking this particular level. So let's say it goes right there. So let me delete out this thing, and then we'll switch to the daily time frame to see the entry right there. So actually, if we use the trend line at this particular area, we should see the entry here. Maybe on Monday, okay, let's plan the trend line from here. So actually, you might see a retracement to this particular place, and then continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking at on Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So the next one is AUD Swiss franc. AUD Swiss franc, the whole direction is to the downside, but actually there is no much movement at this particular area, so we can there's no more movement at this side, so we might actually see a move to this particular area before we see a decline to we might actually see a move to this particular area before we see the actual decline to 0.58437. So this is where I'm looking at to take my profit, but I'm still looking at for it to retrace to this particular area. So any retracement you see on AUD Swiss franc is an opportunity for you to look for a bearish opportunity or bearish continuation of this particular signal right there. AUD CAD to actually last week. So let's put it on daily time frame. Actually, last week we thought this is a fake breakout. We are still going to see continuation to the upside, but we are wrong. What happened right now is that any retracement you see here, this is head and shoulder. This is the neckline. This is the break of the neckline, and then any retracement you see here is an opportunity for you to look for a continuation to the downside to 0.87552. That's what I'm looking at, but you have to be careful about where you enter. So I want to check is AUD the weekly time frame. Time frame shows to us that we are still in an uptrend. If you actually use the trend line, we'll see what is going on there. If you drag it from here, you'll see a breakout. But if let's use two trend lines there. That was the first trend line. That is you can actually call it the inner trend line. This is second trend line, the outer trend line. So actually it's telling us that we are still on a move to the upside. So let's see if we break this level, then I'm entering a long position to the next high. But if we get this level, then I'm looking for it to reject to this particular trend line. Either break this level or reject at this particular level right there. So the two trend line is very useful. None of it is useless, the inner and the outer trend line. So most of when you want to draw your trend line, you might actually draw a two trend line so that you will see where the opposite effect might actually come to your trade. So actually you might see the opposite effect coming at this particular area. You might see rejection, or if you see a breakout of this particular level, which means that we have more movement to the upside to deal with on AUD Japanese yen. So Euro AUD, let's see how it goes. This is a continuation to the what? Continuation to the upside on Euro AUD. So let's use the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is a mistake right there. So actually you might see a retest of this particular trend line, creating a double bottom or a fake breakout at this particular area, and then a move to 166282. So if you have a clear break of this trend line and of this support level, I'm not looking to trade Euro AUD. So hi guys, this is the weekly forex forecast. And then if you are just viewing this channel for the first time, click subscribe, like and share. If you want to join our Telegram channel where we drop trade updates, where I scrutinize all this trade and drop the best out of the best, click the link in the description box to join the Telegram channel. I will be waiting for you there. And in the description box there is a link to a verified broker. You can actually click on the link and join our broker. It is a verified broker and with easy deposit and easy withdrawal with $5 minimum deposit and a very tight spread broker. So see you guys next time.